to see me. Stay calm.
Cronos: The New Dawn. Developed by Bloober Team, the studio behind the Silent Hill 2 remake, was revealed at Gamescom 2025's opening night live with a trailer that immediately set a grim, unsettling tone. The footage opened on a decayed, retro-futurist cityscape drenched in brutalist architecture and eerie silence, before descending into a nightmare of twisted monsters and shifting timelines. Fans even caught what looked like a fleeting nod to James Sunderland, a clever wink to Bloober's horror roots. In Cronos, you play as the Traveler, an elite agent working for the Enigmatic Collective. Your mission? Navigate two collapsing worlds. A ravaged post-apocalyptic future and 1980s Poland, specifically the brutalist district of Nowa Huta, now known as New Dawn. A cataclysm called the Change has twisted people into monstrous orphans, and only by harvesting their essences through a strange device can you hope to alter humanity's fate. The gameplay builds classic survival horror tension with a brutal twist. If you don't burn the corpses of slain enemies, they can merge into even stronger abominations. Combat mixes firearms like shotguns and pistols with desperate melee encounters, while resource management forces every choice to matter. The trailer also showcased Cronos' haunting art direction. Eastern Bloc brutalism meets retro sci-fi dread with heavy inspirations from Alien and The Thing. Cronos: The New Dawn launches September 5th, 2025 on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, macOS, and Nintendo Switch 2.
I was born here, but I grew up on the outside. I spent years trying to get in.
Why come back?
My parents. I had to find them. I needed to confront them about the past.
I love you. Never come back.
Whatever was happening here, I was now part of it.
This war is a blessing. We failed to stop the calamity. How did you know your parents were still in Hadia?
I didn't. All I remembered was that my father was the village blacksmith. There, I felt a connection. To this country. To Hadia.
Choose your next move wisely.
You pissed off the wrong people.
I want to piece together whatever is happening here, and you want to stop it.
It became my burden.
Look at you. Compromised by your emotions.
I won't stop.
Interesting. Let's continue.
Hell Is Us showed up at Gamescom with a brand new story trailer, and it's looking brutal. The footage drops us right into Hedea, a country ripped apart by civil war and now haunted by supernatural creatures called Hollow Walkers. You play as Remy, a former peacekeeper returning home, trying to uncover the truth about his past and the force behind this disaster known as the Calamity. The trailer shows burned villages, strange stone-like monsters, and that uneasy mix of human conflict and something otherworldly. It's dark, it's tense, and it feels personal, like every fight is tied to the land's history. Gameplay is all about close quarters combat, swords, axes, polearms, with a drone you can use to distract enemies. But what's cool here is the design choice. No maps, no quest markers, no hand-holding. You have to rely on your own eyes and NPC conversations to figure things out, which makes every step feel risky and unpredictable. Health and stamina are tied together too, so if you're hurt, you fight weaker, pushing you to play smart and pick your battles carefully. Hell Is Us comes out September 4th, 2025 on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Where Winds Meet showed up at Gamescom with a brand new release date trailer, and it's pure wuxia fantasy. The game is set in 10th century China during the chaotic 5 Dynasties and 10 Kingdoms era, and it throws you into a massive open world filled with shifting loyalties, ruined cities, and legends waiting to be written. The trailer highlights sweeping landscapes, imperial courts, and martial duels straight out of a classic wuxia film. This isn't just for show. The world spans more than 20 regions with over 10,000 unique NPCs, each reacting differently to your choices. Be a wandering hero, a ruthless outlaw, or something in between, and the world will remember. Combat takes center stage with over 40 martial mystic arts like Tai Chi, Lion's Roar, and Toad Style. You can dual wield weapons, chain styles together, and every fight is fully motion captured by Stephen Tung, the legendary stunt choreographer from John Woo's classics. It's flashy, cinematic, but still skill-based. Visually, it mixes real Chinese history with fantasy flair, temples, bamboo forests, and bustling towns backed by traditional folk music. And here's the kicker. It's launching as a free-to-play title with only cosmetic monetization, so everyone can jump in without worrying about pay-to-win. Where Winds Meet launches November 14th, 2025 on PS5 and PC.
Since ancient times, the Hayabusa and Raven ninja clans have fought to keep peace, with the Hayabusa clan in the spotlight.
Thanks. I owe you one. Hayabusa.
Expect heavy resistance from the DDO. We're all counting on you, Yakumo. Yakumo, just focus on the hostiles for now.
Understood. Stop this madness. Stay away from the Dark Dragon Seal. Go back home to your little raven nest. Or die here.
If you truly think you have what it takes to slay the Dark Dragon, prove it.
The very fiend that resurrected the Dark Dragon years ago. Even a mortal such as yourself has heard of me? I'm sure. Die, insect.
Please, don't kill him. The whole world's at stake.
Ninja Gaiden 4 came crashing into Gamescom with a brutal new story trailer, and it's exactly what fans have been waiting for. The trailer shows Ryu Hayabusa back in action, but this time he's not alone. We're introduced to Yakumo, a new ninja from the Raven clan with a wild blood raven form, and the two face off in a neon-soaked Tokyo under the shadow of the resurrected Dark Dragon. The setting is pure cyberpunk, rainy streets, glowing skylines, and enemies crawling out of every corner. Combat is fast, sharp, and unforgiving. Ryu brings back his iconic moves like the Azuna Drop and Flying Swallow, while Yakumo shifts his weapons from blood itself, carving through enemies with insane flair. The trailer makes it clear, this is old school Ninja Gaiden difficulty but dialed up for a new generation. Gameplay is built on precision and speed, with every mistake punished and every clean combo feeling like a victory. It's co-developed by Team Ninja and Platinum Games, so you're getting the lethal mix of tight mechanics and stylish spectacle. Movement is slick, the action is blood-soaked, and it looks and runs smooth at 60 frames per second on Series X. After more than a decade without a mainline entry, Ninja Gaiden is back in full force. Ninja Gaiden 4 launches October 21st, 2025 on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC, with day one availability on Game Pass. Hollow Knight Silksong finally showed up at Gamescom with a brand new gameplay trailer and a confirmed release date. After years of waiting, we got to see Hornet in motion again, dashing through the kingdom of Farloom with speed, elegance, and that classic Metroidvania challenge. The trailer highlights just how different Hornet feels compared to the Knight: faster movement, sharper platforming, and more acrobatic combat. You'll be facing off against over 200 new enemies and more than 40 bosses, all packed into a massive world full of hidden paths and dangerous biomes. Farloom looks brighter and more detailed than Hollow Nest, but it's just as hostile. Silksong isn't just about exploration. There's a full quest system now, gathering, hunting, and even grand hunts that pit you against elite foes. New currencies like shell shards and rosaries, craftable tools, and crests add more ways to customize your run. The demo at Gamescom showed just how fluid everything feels, with combat and movement flowing into each other seamlessly. This sequel has been a long time coming, but it looks worth every second of the wait. Hollow Knight Silksong launches September 4th, 2025 on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch 2, and Game Pass. God Save Birmingham showed up at Gamescom with one of the strangest survival trailers of the show. Imagine 14th century England during a zombie outbreak. No guns, no modern weapons, just torches, pitchforks, and whatever junk you can grab to stay alive. That's the setup here, and the trailer leaned into it with equal parts horror and dark comedy. You're stuck in medieval Birmingham, a plague-stricken town where the dead keep getting back up. Survival is pure sandbox, barricading doors with barrels, throwing rocks to slow the horde, scavenging for food, and crafting crude tools to make it through the night. Zombies stumble into fires, collapse through weak walls, and ragdoll physics make every fight both terrifying and absurd. The devs call it a medieval Project Zomboid, and that vibe shows. It's physics-driven, chaotic, and every mistake can cost you hours of progress. Early access will roll out with part of the town and 2 playable characters, then expand over time with new regions, systems, and even story content. It's a risky, weird concept, but it already looks addictive. God Save Birmingham is heading to PC via Steam Early Access in 2026, with more platforms likely once it fully launches.
Your reputation is legend.
The city flowered in fire, and in fire she will end.
Don't listen.
Shut up!
Now, this is something. Fire, can you... Oh, guess I found my body.
Detective, is there something you need?
How's the case? Hot leads, cold bodies, reheated plots.
Oh my, you... I think I know what you are.
They say trouble comes in pairs, detective. Trouble comes in pairs.
You are not the only one who has had strange dreams. I see a garden, and I have met someone. But that would mean... Who is he?
It brought you here, my fire. My fire.
Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 returned at Gamescom with a chilling new trailer and a locked release date. Set in a snowy, neon-soaked Seattle, you play as Fire, an elder vampire waking after centuries of sleep, cursed with a magical brand and guided by the voice of a Malkavian detective named Fabian. It's a city of fragile factions, hidden power plays, and the Masquerade hanging by a thread. The trailer showed off the game's noir atmosphere, empty streets lit by neon, blood-soaked encounters, and a tense mix of politics and horror. You'll pick from clans like Bruja, Tremere, Banu Hakim, or Ventru, each offering a different way to fight or manipulate. Brutal melee, telekinetic powers, or subtle persuasion, the choice changes how Seattle reacts to you. Break the rules of the Masquerade and hunters, police, or rival kindred will come after you hard. Combat is fast and stylish, mixing first-person brawling with vampiric abilities and stealth. And because this is a World of Darkness story, it's all about choice. Your dialogue, alliances, and morality twist the outcome into multiple endings. It looks like a true successor to the cult classic, but with Unreal Engine 5 visuals and a much darker tone. There's some controversy though. Two popular clans, La Sombra and Toreador, are locked behind the premium edition. But even with that debate, the core game looks like the vampire RPG fans have been waiting for. Bloodlines 2 launches October 21st, 2025 on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC.
Quartz. Everyone's going crazy for a taste of its power. But it also happens to be my favorite flavor. And that means I gotta get to it first. What the fuck are you doing? Can't you see I'm working here? Just try to keep out of sight. Nighty-night. Sleep tight. Bet you wish you could do that. Hey, knock that shit off. I did the whole voice in my head thing 2 games ago. Now comes the fun part. I know it's kind of cheating, but I just love the buzz of all this power. And you guys were worried. I told you nothing could go wrong.
Styx, I am Grand Priest Geoffroy, and I have been tasked with recovering what you stole from us.
That doesn't sound good.
Styx Blades of Greed got its big gameplay reveal at Gamescom, and the sneaky little goblin is back with more tricks than ever. This time, Styx isn't just the underdog, he's leading his own crew aboard a Zeppelin, hunting down a rare power source called Quartz, and pulling off heists across massive vertical maps. The trailer showed him doing what he does best, slipping through shadows, cracking jokes, and stabbing enemies in the back with that trademark grin. But now, the toolset is crazier than ever. You've got invisibility and cloning making a return, plus new abilities like mind control and time shift that completely change how you tackle missions. Combine that with grapples, claws, and even a glider, and the game opens up into a proper stealth playground. Each location has its own flavor: the Towering Wall, the Orc Village of Turquoise Dawn, and the eerie elven ruins of Akanash, all built to test your creativity. You can sneak, sabotage, or just drop fools from rooftops if you're feeling cruel. Styx has always been about freedom, and here, it feels like the devs doubled down on giving you options. It's still funny, still dark, but now on a bigger scale. Styx Blades of Greed drops into early access on PC this November 4th, 2025, with a full release later in 2025 on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Marvel's Deadpool VR got its big spotlight at Gamescom, and it's just as chaotic as you'd expect. The story trailer showed Deadpool being recruited by Mojo, the intergalactic game show host, to kidnap Marvel villains for his latest twisted broadcast. And of course, Deadpool agrees, because why not cause maximum carnage on live TV? You'll be going after enemies like Mephisto, Lady Deathstrike, Omega Red, and even Ultimo, all while cracking jokes and breaking the fourth wall. Neil Patrick Harris voices Deadpool with John Leguizamo as Mojo, so the banter alone should be worth it. Gameplay is where it gets crazy. This is full VR chaos, dual swords, guns, grenades, exploding cards, and Mojo-powered weapons like a ridiculous hammer. You can chop enemies apart, throw limbs around, or mix in parkour-style movement for creative kills. Deadpool's healing factor even shows up as a mechanic. You can keep fighting after being blown to bits. It's cel-shaded, comic-styled, and designed to feel like you've stepped straight into Deadpool's head. It's messy, violent, and hilarious, exactly what fans wanted. Marvel's Deadpool VR launches November 18th, 2025, exclusively on MetaQuest 3 and Quest 3S. Moonlighter 2: The Endless Vault made its debut at Gamescom, and the sequel takes everything people loved about the first game and blows it up into full 3D. The setup is still the same. By night, you dive into dangerous, procedurally generated dungeons, and by day, you return to run your shop. But this time, the scale and polish look far bigger. The trailer showed off colorful, cel-shaded biomes, fast-paced combat, and quirky town life that feels like Hades meets Wind Waker. You'll raid 3 different regions in early access, bring back over 100 relics, and then figure out how to price, organize, and sell them in your shop. It's not just loot, you're juggling perks, inventory strategies, and even customer moods, which makes the shopkeeping as addictive as the dungeon crawling. Combat's been refined too, with 4 weapon types, new abilities, and dozens of perks to build your own style. And unlike the first game's pixel art, this one pops with bright, cel-shaded detail that makes both the dungeon fights and shop management look slick. The devs are going early access first, with most of the story already playable, and plan to refine it alongside the community. Moonlighter 2: The Endless Vault launches into early access on October 23rd, 2025 for PC via Steam, with full release later on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC.